I want to show you something. I had these pieces of 1.5 millimeter steel laying around. This is 1/16 of an inch, but look what it does. This 22 Avenger, it just bends it all out of shape. Alright, I'm still working on my desk and I got distracted yet again because all this stuff came in the mail. There's some 16 gauge steel or 1.5 millimeters. There's some 11 gauge steel or 3 millimeters, and there's some angle iron because I want to make some targets for my Air Venturi Avenger. I did some experimentation and I found out that the 1.5 millimeter or 16 gauge steel is not able to withstand the power of the Avenger, and I really need to use 11 gauge or 3 millimeters. So these have been my targets so far. The can is from when I was shooting with a BB gun. That is about 20 MOA, so I could barely hit anything at any distance. But it's still there for days that I feel bad for missing the smaller targets, so I can feel good about myself. And then I have those automatic reset targets. So that's cool because that gives you some feedback, like you can hear it when you hit it, you see it move. So I like that a lot about those. And then I have my paper target that I just draw with a Sharpie on a piece of cardboard, and I usually only use those to zero my scope. So I want to combine these two, the one on the left and the one on the right. I want to have a target that I can see and hear when it hits, but I can also see when I miss and where I missed. So I have a lot of pieces of cardboard like this, and these are the ones that I use to draw targets on. So I came up with this. So the reset targets are 1.5 inch, but there are days that I can barely hit them. So I also wanted to include a target that is slightly bigger. So I have a 2-inch target, and there are days where I just hit them all the time and then it gets boring. So I also made a 1-inch target. To make it even more interesting, in case I have a really good day, I also wanted a target that is half the size of the full target. So no matter the distance, and no matter if I'm shooting offhand or from a bench, there's always something to shoot. So I made all the big cuts with my jigsaw, but now I'm running into some issues because now I have to cut out these fine details, and I can't hold it, I can't reach. Ideally I would have a bandsaw right now, but I don't, and I don't have any room for it for when I'm not using it. So I guess I have to make my own bandsaw. So I have a board with a slot cut out, and I'll just put my jigsaw upside down. I can hopefully cut these pieces. We'll see if it works. The cool thing about a time lapse is that you can't see that the jigsaw is kicking the metal into my face. So it didn't really work, and I had to bring out the hacksaw to finish the parts. So I finished the parts, drilled a bunch of holes, and painted them. And so now it's time to put it all together. So this is the 11 gauge back plate. So it's like 3 millimeters. And same for these 1-inch angle iron brackets on the side. I had to cut them anyway, so I thought I might as well just cut a little point to it so I can set it in the grass. Maybe I'll change my mind later and cut them off, but that's how it is for now. Something like this. It looks pretty good when it's painted. So I put the thing together and I ran into a little snag. I was planning to use these fence boards, and so I thought that a 3/4 inch gap would be big enough to fit these and then the piece of cardboard. What I didn't account for is if you leave these out in the rain and in the sun, then they get all bent out of shape. So they're not fitting exactly right. You can see it's snagging here. Maybe this screw is sticking out a little bit. Yeah, maybe I'll fix it later. For now, I also have just a 1/2 inch piece of plywood, and that is not bent, and that will work at least for the testing, and then I'll figure out later how to get those fence boards in. But now I can just put my cider also in there, and then it's easy to, once I have too many holes in it, then I just replace the cardboard and then can keep on shooting. So normally I would be shooting offhand from about 30 yards from here. But for testing today, I'm going to shoot a little bit closer because I doubt that I will actually hit those 1 inch and 1/2 inch targets otherwise. So for this test, I'll be shooting from here from about 20 yards. Oh wow, and I completely twisted the target. Looks like I need some sturdier wire or something. Let's try it again. Oh, okay, let's try the other one then. That's not supposed to work that way. Man, this thing is a beast. Can I hit it? Now it's all sideways. Oh yeah, I can. It twisted the small target in front of the big target, so let's try that again. Let's go one down. Okay, so let's just shoot it off the wire. This is not really what I expected, to say the least. Let's see if I can hit it sideways. Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. So basically wrecking all my targets. Let's get those tiny ones. They're 1 inch and the center is 1/2 inch. And he's gone. So pro tip, don't use aluminum wire. Now let's see if I can just knock them all off. Okay, so let's refill and see if we can just wreck those last two. Round 2, fight. Yeah, he gone. That one went flying. Okay, so there's nothing left to shoot. So let's do the post-mortem. Literally, because I just murdered this whole thing. 11 gauge steel targets. Does that work? I think so. And I got a little bit dented and a little bit bent also. That's surprising. Let's see. You see? Got a little bit bent. So do I have to go even thicker? Jeez. Man, this is already 3 mil. Why does the other one survive? Interesting. Can I see where I missed? I definitely can. Oh, this is all stuck now. The pellets went through the 1/2 inch plywood and then were stopped by the 3mm or 11 gauge back plate. But now there's a huge bulge there. So now everything is stuck. So I wonder if I can even get it out. Oh yeah. It's still moving. Let's have a look at the back. Got a little wood in there. Yeah, this plate is holding up. The sides caught a little bit, like the splatter from the pellets exploding. This one too. This seems up. This seems okay. So yeah, I definitely have some thinking to do how I can attach these targets that they will actually last. If you have ideas for that, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to do this if you like this kind of stuff. And there should be something for you to watch next here or here. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.